All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just roll into it. This is episode 2 of the Prospect Dugout podcast. I'm joined by my man Hondo. He's in
So,
Houston, Texas. He's got a facility. Met him through social media, led me to the Power Showcase where I met Hondo, and then we got close. We communicate all the time. We talk all the time. Right now, we're still going through the coronavirus pandemic. Crazy things are shutting down. My gym shut down. Hondo's still got some stuff going on there, but a lot of people are freaking out with the, no sports. I'm seeing a lot of creativity come out of people though, on TikTok and Instagram and things like that. But the baseball world has been shut down, and it's not like anything I've experienced before. For us on the prospect dugout side, we had our pro tryouts coming up with the Atlantic League, but we had to postpone those because he said no crowds of 50 or more. So, when MLB shut down, we shut down as well.
right.
Postponed it. As soon as they let us know when they're going to start back up, we'll announce a date for the pro tryout and get rolling. So speaking of the 20 season, I'm just going to ask you that, Hondo. You know, what what are your thoughts on MLB? It's starting late. They're talking about maybe a Christmas World Series. I don't know. Go ahead, introduce yourself, and then I want to hear your thoughts on the MLB season.
All right. Yeah, my name is Hondo Medallin, like the Columbia City, Medellin. The two L's are like a Y. On Instagram, Hustle Legend, and I go by Han Solo. So I have my own facility, 5,000 square feet. It's just me in here. That's kind of why I took that name, Han Solo. Uh, people come in here like, where'd you get this Jedi, this Star Wars? And I'm like, no. It's just, it's me, Han Solo. I'm here by myself. And, so as far as the MLB season, man, I honestly, Joel, I truly think that it's going to happen. I think that America is going to realize quick that we can't keep this economy going the way it's going right now before it
Yeah.
shuts down. I mean, we're going to be in trouble. I have a lot of friends who are restaurant, they own restaurants and they're taking a big hit right now. So, people are getting laid off. I mean, if that's what the economy is going to come to, then I think we have to figure something out really quick. So feel bad for the seniors and in high school and college, but I mean, if this is what United States is calling for, then that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
So
So how are you handling things with everything that's going on? Talk about what's going on with your facility. Obviously, you still got guys working out.
right.
Are you still doing lessons? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm actually, I would say I'm busier than I am, but I stay pretty busy. But I always leave it up to the parents, and
Mhm.
I don't want anybody to feel pressure about coming here. I have a class I have classes that I do, and I just told the parents like, look, if you aren't on board, then I'm not on board, but I'm gonna be here if you want to do this. So I kind of leave it up on the parents and see what they're gonna see how they're going to take it, because it's all up to them and how they want to handle this situation. So the kids here, they want to come and hit, I'll open it up, or they have a key to get in.
Yeah.
And if they want to work, they're itching right now to do things.
Yeah.
So
So when's the last time that you've actually been on the field for a game?
man, it's been since the season stopped. Yeah, I mean, I was actually headed to the game. It was a tournament, and the dad called me and said they just canceled it. And so
Dang.
yeah, it was, and to me, I just want to go support the kids, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I feel so horrible for them, especially.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's premature or not, but for them to cancel the season, instead of just say stand by,
Oh, they just straight out canceled it for you guys.
everything down here is
Oh
canceled.
man.
Yeah,
So
it's
down by
just
me in Florida, they've postponed things. Like they haven't said that it's canceled, but like everything's
right.
really pushed back.
Yeah, I mean, Nicholas Mecca just told me that they canceled his prom as well. So
Oh wow. Wow.
yeah, it's getting
So
serious.
so the tournaments. So high school seasons have been canceled. So tournaments, do they have they been said anything when they're going to pick up? Maybe in June, or any news on that?
No, I mean, we haven't got anything. Actually, I've gotten some emails, and I'm sure everybody else has, but they're pretty optimistic about us playing in the summer, which I am too. I'm
Hmm.
thinking the summer is going to be a go.
Okay, so let's get into a user or a viewer question. How can someone that's locked down, that's on quarantine, that their season's canceled, they don't have a facility where a facility like yours where they can just have a key and just go in and hit. How does that player stay in shape? What are some things that they can do around the house to kind of stay in shape?
Well, I mean, I think everybody, if you're playing baseball and you really love baseball and you're serious about it, then I think you should have a tee at home and you should have a net. So, continue doing, your tee work nonstop, have your mom, your sister, your brother, your dad, whoever go out and throw you some wiffle balls. I like those small wiffle balls, I like to
Hmm.
paint some, with the red mark on them and then leave some without it. And then, just hand-eye stuff, and really trying to maintain your rhythm, because I think that's the whole thing. The rhythm and timing are the first two things that go, and the pitchers will always have the advantage if that's the case. So I say, you know, anything that can help you stay in rhythm with what you're doing. If you're lifting heavy right now, man, make sure you're stretching, please, because you're going to get out there. And if you do get a chance to play this spring, you can injure yourself, because you're too tight. So, like I said, just really trying to maintain the rhythm that they have and what they do.
I gotcha. So talk to me about what you focus mainly on hitting, obviously, because you've got the facility. So, what is your go-to drill? What is something that you like to incorporate? Not necessarily to fix something, but what's a drill that
Right.
you like to use just to get players accustomed to doing that in a routine? Not saying, "Hey, I want to do this drill to work on this or to fix this," but let's do this drill to get locked in for what we're trying to do today.
Well, I mean, I'm always T work. Tanner T is my best friend. So I like to put a T in front of the hitter, and I like for them to understand like how they have to start their sequence before they start going to the ball or at the ball. A lot of times when they're hitting off a tee, their head goes straight down to the ball and their body goes the same way. So to me, them not understanding how they're separating behind the ball and letting their sequence happen before, right? They're just hitting off a tee. So to me, they're developing bad habits. So what I like to do is put a tee out in front and then make them concentrate on getting behind that ball and letting their sequence work
Hmm.
and just trusting their hands to stay inside the ball that's coming at them, putting the tee there and not putting the focus on hitting the ball, but focus on letting the sequence happen behind the ball that's coming at us, which is the tee in front, and then letting your barrel just catch up. So
I
I really
gotcha.
like to do that so they don't hitting off a tee. I just see so many kids, they just dive into the ball that's on a tee,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
really it's not helping them in any way. It's developing a bad habit.
Yeah,
You don't want to be
absolutely.
moving
I
at
mean,
that ball.
it holds true when you're doing a lot of reps, it creates muscle memory. But if you're doing a lot of bad reps, that also creates muscle memory, and that's not good. So, talk to me a little bit about being an instructor, being a facility owner. What's that like schedule wise when it comes to your training and baseball, like with tournaments that I know you're coaching. You have your own hustle
Right.
team, different age groups, and then just in your personal life.
I've been doing this. I don't know, over like 20 years now. And this is all I've ever done. Uh, so, it's all I know. And understanding like how to schedule, what you're doing. If you're going to do a million lessons a day, then, you better be taking care of your arm. I've had surgery on my shoulder 3 times. And, a lot of it, once when I played. And then after that, like just throwing so much. I used to do lessons from here in the summer from 9 to 9 every day, Monday through Friday. And, I just really wore myself down because, it's just too much. So I kind of focus more on the classes now, and the kids who really are motivated and really desire it and love it, then those are the kids I want to spend extra time with. So, I'll make it to where going to my classes are kind of like a prerequisite. And, if you show me that, you're that kid, then I want to work with you because, I know
Hmm.
I'm not going to waste time and,
Yeah.
energy, not forcing somebody to be good. I want kids that really want to be their best,
Right.
and
Right.
I don't
Right.
have to motivate them to do that, like
Yeah.
that would suck
Definitely
every
something you
day.
enjoy, though. I can tell just by the
No,
videos
I
that you
love it.
post and how you
Yeah,
talk about the guys that you work with and things like that.
right.
I'm gonna have you call those guys over in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and read today's episode sponsor is Raps Performance. College players Phil and Dan Seguin were tired of taping their wrist over and over, so they got creative and they started with a strip of compression fabric, but now they have a patent pending technology where it's a soft strap design with Velcro, so it keeps it low profile and comfortable. And I personally like it because it has the adjustability on it, but then also, unlike tape, you don't have to throw it away. You can just wash it and reuse it. So go ahead and follow the Wraps hashtag, replace your tape on Instagram for product updates, memes, and reviews. Now let's get back to the pod. You got JoJo sneaking in.
Yeah,
they're not going to be able to hear me because you got your headphones in, but if you want to introduce them and then maybe just, say a little bit about each one of them.
This is my son right here, Jordan Medallin. Call him JoJo. He's what is your Instagram? Jordan.Medellin. And he's a sophomore. He's 2022. Verbally committed to Baylor. Switch hitting shortstop, and deals on the mound. Great kid. Good. Loves the work. Then I have Corey Cooper. Come here, Corey. Let me see. Corey Cooper. Corey's been with me since he's been 8 years old. You got to see yourself right there. Scoot back. Yeah.
He's never used the video camera before.
Yeah, Corey with 2 Y's. Corey Cooper. He's started varsity as a freshman, left-handed hitter, and can play any position on the field. So, great kid too. Great parents. Then I got Nicholas Smeka. We call him Smexy. You see that flow, right?
Yeah, there it is.
See that flow? Yeah. So his dad is the unofficial mayor of Galveston. So yeah, he's a well-known kid in Galveston, that's for sure. His family's great people. They own several restaurants. So Nicholas plays second base, shortstop, bats middle to the top of the lineup, fast, throw hard, hit the ball to the park. So he's a dynamite is what I call him, dynamite. Yeah.
My man.
Then I got Chase Arnaud. Chase is a specimen, a physical specimen. You got to go right in here. There you go. What's your Instagram?
Chase.4_.
There you go. Chase.4. Chase is he's signed with Grayson Community College, which if you know anything about Grayson, they're legit. So he'll be going there. He plays at Clear Spring High School, center fielder. Can play any. Actually, he can really, like, growing up, he played shortstop, and now he's kind of migrated to the outfield a little bit because he can run.
Long leg, huh? Long leg.
And he's fast, strong, man. Look at him. He's built. I wish I was built like this when I played ball, So, anyways, give him a shout out.
Yes, sir. Chase, all right, cool. So let me ask you this. So these guys, you just shouted out all their Instagrams, right? So let me ask you a question. Do you think that social media has had a positive or a negative impact on you as a facility owner, and then a positive or a negative impact on the athletes that you work with?
Yeah, I think it's a positive thing when used right. Everybody has their own philosophy and things like that when it comes to what they do and what they love and what their passion is. I try not to look at the guys that I'm like, oh, I hate that, or I just kind of skip through it. But I think it's a great thing. This is how I gained all my sponsors: Tanner Tees, OTW Bats. I sent you an OTW. Lucas. Yeah, I sent Lucas one. I got Swivel Vision Sports. My whole wall. Team Aqua. A guy who owns. He donates $2,000 to anybody that buys a pool through Hustle Baseball. So Jerry Garcia, unreal. Great person, great human. Stance Check. They just came on. The strobe training, Diamond Kinetics, and
hey man, you're lined up.
Yeah, man. It's been a great thing because what's funny is that I went to buy these things, and next thing you know, they shoot me an email saying, "Hey, we'd like to do some stuff with you, work with you. We see your stuff on Instagram, and we love it." And to me, I have fun doing it. So it's it's like, hey, you're gonna give me something free for, to do a video? I'll do it.
Yeah. So positive impact. So are you spending a lot of time on social media watching other athletes? Like, are you gaining knowledge? Are you watching other instructors and saying, oh, I like that drill. let me see if I can incorporate that drill. How do you handle that?
Yeah, in that way I don't, but I do like to watch kids. I like to watch kids swinging, fielding the ball. As far as the drill things go, I'm not big on it just because I just like to do what I do. I don't like to watch others in that way. I feel like I have a strong philosophy and a belief in what I do, and I don't want to it's not that I want to broaden my view or anything, but I know what I believe in, and I just want to I want to keep to what I do, the roots of it, right? And I'm sure there's some great things out there, and and I don't stop learning. I still learn, and but a
Absolutely.
lot of times I'll call like Division I coaches, that I've coached with in the past, or scouts, and and I ask questions of those guys, and when it's coming straight from them, what's going on.
Yeah.
For the kids though, I think it's unreal. Look, I mean, look how many views they're going to get just by being here and hitting, because
Right.
that's what they do,
Right.
So I think it's a
Absolutely.
great thing for them. If I post one
Yeah.
of their videos, I'll have 25 coaches text me, hey, where's he going, what's he doing,
Yeah.
what year is he? So I think it's been a very positive thing.
Absolutely. So something that kind of opened my eyes, and I was, just thinking about this with everything shutting down. So we came up with the idea of our app, the Prospect Dugout app, back in 2015, not
Right.
foreseeing a global, not a national, but a global pandemic where people are not going outside, not playing any team sports. So how important do you think a platform like what we've built with our app is in maintaining attention, especially now during a time where you're not able to go and participate in a perfect game event?
Right. I think it's huge. I mean, like I've told you from the beginning, I fell in love with your site and with everything that y'all did because of the way y'all promote kids. I mean, it was, to me, it's just huge. Like coaches, how are they going to get out? Well, who are they going to see? And I think by friending you guys and friending social media outlets like this, it's the only way that they have eyes right now on kids. It's not, they're not going to be able to get out for a while. They're shut down. So I think by them watching things like this and watching guys swing and watching the exits and all the things that's going on and that y'all are promoting, I think it's unreal. I mean, y'all have a huge platform, and I mean, I'm honored to be a part of it. I'm honored that you asked me to be a part of this. So
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So you're active on social media. You're not like someone you're not up here doing stories and talking and doing all that stuff. But with what has been happening the past couple of weeks and what we've seen building up the past couple of months, now all of a sudden everything's shut down. When everything goes back to normal in the next couple of months, are you going to have a different approach with social media? Are you just going to keep doing what you're doing? Or do you think that you're going to add a couple of different elements to kind of get that personal touch just in case something like this happens again?
Yeah, I think I may add some things like, maybe do some more drills or some more, to help, because to me, I always like to keep it simple for the fact that, you have single moms out there and they're trying to get their kid, some work in, and I want to make it so simple where they can understand it to help their kids, or, anybody in a economic situation, that was me growing up. So, I think that's why I'm so passionate about this, because, I do want to give back, so I think I will start doing more things like that, to help and to give back, because, um, I didn't invent baseball and you didn't invent baseball, and it was somebody, helped us in our growth with it. So I want to be, I want to be a part of that. I want to help, the
For sure.
generation,
Yeah. Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about baseball with you. I'm just going to throw some questions out at you. Who is your all-time favorite player?
Barry Bonds.
Okay. Give me your all-time lineup. You're not your starting lineup, like your batting order, but like pitcher, catcher, all the way around to all the positions. Who do you got? Starting with pitcher.
Roger Clemens.
Catcher.
I would go with Pudge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
First base.
Babe Ruth.
Second base.
Roberto Alomar.
Third base.
Man, I really love Manny. I know he's a shortstop, but I like Manny over there, dude. He's so good. Machado, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, he is third base now because Fernando Tatis Jr. is over at short. So who you got for
Right.
shortstop?
I would go with Derek Jeter. I mean, he was just so consistent, so long.
So consistent, so consistent. What about
Yeah.
left field?
I'm gonna go Mike Trout in left field.
But he's not a left fielder. You can't pick him as left field.
Yeah, but he's an outfielder, man. He's a great athlete. He can play there.
Okay.
I got to make room
Center.
for my other guys.
So who
All
are
right,
you
you know
gonna
what? I
pick
take
over?
that back. I'll put Barry Bonds in left field.
Okay. And so who you got? Mike Trout in center field then.
No.
Okay.
I got
Who you
King
got
Griffey in center field.
Okay. So okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
And what about right field?
I go with Mike Trout. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's get into. Okay. This is going to be a sticky question. Who's the most overrated player in Major League Baseball today, in your opinion? Not that he's not.
I already know
Okay.
Joey Gallo. Like, yeah, Joey Gallo. And not just because, I mean, you know, the guy's hitting 40 home runs, but man, when you strike out that much and you're hitting 211, you know, like, I just don't think there's not a lot of people who get that opportunity to keep batting, you know, and keep swinging and missing, you know. And I don't think you should have to sacrifice all your, you know, power for average. I don't think that should be, you know. And if it's just one dimensional, then you're just hoping a guy runs into one ball, you know. I don't like it.
Okay, so who do you got for the most underrated player in Major League Baseball?
What's the kid's name? I really like the Cesar Hernandez guy, the second baseman for the Phillies. Like, I think he's underrated. You know, I have a kid plays there, and he was telling me, you know, he's like, dude, this guy in batting practice, like, you see him, he's small. You know, he'll spray some balls, and next thing you know, he puts one in the upper decks. He's a little bitty guy, but I think he's pretty underrated. You know, he's a baller.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's get into this. Do you play PlayStation or Xbox?
Oh, PlayStation. We just had this conversation. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I ordered that. The show, I don't know, 8 months, 12 months in advance. Like, I ordered that way ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Are you a Nike or an Under Armour guy?
Nike.
Are you a Rawlings or an Easton guy?
I would go with Rawlings before Easton right now. I mean, as far as like glove, I would pick a Rawlings before an Easton, you know. Yeah. So metal bats, I'm thinking, you know, Easton big time, but
yeah. So it just depends on what the product is. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
What about pizza or tacos?
Oh man, now you're messing with me right here, but pizza for sure. Yeah.
Even on Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, pizza. Yeah. My buddy's dad owns the best pizzeria right here, Nicholas Smecken. Mario's Pizza. Unreal. Yes.
Okay. That's cool. So dude, we're gonna wrap it up. That was a pretty cool little episode. Got to learn about you, your facility, your philosophy. I'm gonna promote you, get people to follow you, because I think that you've got a unique brand of baseball. You stick to your guns. You're passionate about what you do. So I appreciate your time. Appreciate you being here. And thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Just to all the kids too, man. Put God first. Make sure you put God first, and I think things will be better for you. I wish I would have done that while I was playing. That's something that I lacked, and I wish I could go back and
Absolutely.
you always have time to do it, but I'd say put them first when it comes to sports.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to do a little wrap up real quick while you're still here, so don't make any faces. We talked about the Prospect Dugout mobile app, so you can go to the App Store, your iOS store, search Prospect Dugout. You can go to your Android store and search Clubhouse and download our app there. We do have our pro tryouts coming up. We had to push them back due to the shutdown of the quarantine, so we're waiting on Major League Baseball to issue their statement on when they're going to begin their 2020 season, and then we can coordinate with them to kind of get the tryouts going. We do have something cool coming up, Hondo. I don't know if you heard, but I'm putting together a free college showcase in Florida in the summer once everything gets picked up, because a lot of guys, they're missing out on their senior season. So I want them to get a little bit of exposure. We'll get them, some videos on Prospect Dugout just so, guys can be seen. And then last of all, just make sure you're following us on all the platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Vimeo, MySpace, whatever else there is, just go ahead and follow. Social media is really Last year everybody was talking about, oh, you need to get outside, you need to hang out with people. Now we're dealing with this pandemic and everything is social distancing. And so, everyone is using social media to stay connected. So, make sure you're connecting with everybody. Make sure that you're, posting and keeping people informed what's going on with your life. So appreciate it again, Hondo. Thanks so much. And tune in for the next episode.
All right, man. Thanks, y'all.